Alright, here's a video of how I draw arms, how I structure them. Maybe it'll help you, maybe not, I don't know. Well, you'll find out. Alright, so I do a circle first that represents the shoulders. Then I draw a straight line representing the biceps. A little bit of a triangle for the triceps. That's the mid-arm. And then for the forearms, it's kind of like a long contour triangle. And this is a side view, by the way. And then for the hand, I'm not doing hands today in this video, but I guess that'll represent the hand. And let's do the anatomy for it. The shoulders have deltoids. They have 3 heads. So there's the middle one, back, and then here's the front. This is the bicep. The brachioradialus is right here. Tricep is right here. It's the elbow. And the elbow is the ulna bone, which goes all the way down to here. Connects to, makes that wrist bone right there. And then, okay, so I did those muscles. Now these ones, okay. So right here is the, I guess if this is underneath the skin, we'll show that one. This is the brachioradialus. There's the extensor carpi radialis longus. You don't need to know any of these names, I'm just saying them so you kind of distinguish between the two. These are the muscles that I pay attention to, by the way. Like, I don't know all these muscles. And then this muscle is one that I pay attention. There's like some little muscles here too, but I don't pay attention to them really. This one is the extensor digitorum, and then there's a extensor carpi radialis right there. And then the ulna kind of separates the extensors. These are extensors. The muscles on top are extensors. I don't know how to spell it. Oh, whoops, there'd be no D there. Extensors. The bottom ones are the flexors. And this one right here is the flexor carpi ulnaris. Oh yeah, and this one, I think I call it radialis. It's a ulnaris also. Extensor carpi ulnaris. I just learned those today. I don't always know those. In fact, there's like a list I'm reading right next to right here. Okay, so that's just so you know what's going on underneath. Unless you're drawing like a super buff dude or person, you don't need to know all those. Like, this will be an arm I'm drawing at rest. This is how I break it down. Okay, so I'll leave it like that. I'll kind of erase those parts. In fact, I'll slightly erase the whole thing, just to where you could faintly see the outline. And then I go in and I'll press harder and draw the outline first. There's the triceps right there, elbow, going around, a little contoured around the flexors, bicep, bicep, contour around the brachioradialis. Okay, so the brachioradialis, it kind of sticks out. So you would draw that, and that would be like, that would catch some shadow, so it'd be a little shaded. And then right here, we got we have the elbow, and then we have like another little bone that kind of sticks out there. There's actually 3 bones. I'll show you from a front view of where they stick out. Then right here, I'd kind of just shade in the deltoid. And then, yeah, that's how I would draw a hand. Oops. Whatever, I'm just going to kind of symbolize the hand there. I'm not really drawing that, focusing more on the arm. And then, yeah, then you could do that, and then here's like a the wrist bone, it would kind of build up, point towards itself right there, but right here it's kind of covered with fat, I don't know, muscle, fat, and skin. Alright, so let's do okay, this was the side view anatomy and then the skin. Let's do the front view, deltoids, mid-arm, and then forearm, and there's the hand. Okay, and then just so you know it's the front view, I'll kind of... Okay, and then this would like represent a bad representation of someone's spine, and there'd be their neck. Okay, so we're focusing on the arm. I'll go in and erase it to where you can faintly see the outline, so you know what you're doing. Alright. And this is me going quick. I don't try to go this fast when I'm drawing. This is the tricep underneath it. It's usually like darkened out because it's, you know, underneath the arm, so you don't really see it too well. But because the tricep has 3 heads, just like the delts have 3 heads. The tricep, you can see it on the side, both sides. And here's where I was talking about. Hang on. Oops. There we go. Here's what I was talking about, where you can see the kind of 2 bones that jut out. This one is usually covered, this bone right here, it's usually covered up, unless you got like a really skinny person. I'll need a bigger eraser. So yeah, that's covered up by the brachioradialus, right there. And then you can see some little muscles that go in there. Here's the bone from the other side though, okay, so you got the front 2 bones, and then here's the backbone. So if you were looking through this arm, you'd see the elbow, and then over here would be the other bone that sticks out. I believe these 2 bone, they call it processes, I guess, that stick out, are formed by the brachial bone, and then this one is the ulna that sticks out and makes the elbow. That's something good to keep in mind. Because if you know what's going on underneath, then you could more easily show what's going on the outside. So this is an indent between the brachioradialis, biceps, and then over here is the flexors. And then in between here is an indent. You can see it on your own arm if you look. So that catches some shadow, or makes some shadow. You see a little bit of brachialis. And then this deltoid head kind of juts in there. And then the other deltoid head. On the top of on the top heads of the shoulders, you could see a lot of these more defined of the deltoids, the tops of them. Let's see, I guess if I was doing the, if this person had no skin and you were looking at their muscles, would go like this. You'd see the 2 front deltoids. Here's the bicep. We'll go with brachialis, tricep, bicep. Brachioradialis, and there's the extensor digitorum. Here's the other extensor, carpi ulnaris. Here would be the wrist bone. There's this flexor right here. It's the flexor carpi radialis, I think. Anyway, there's only like 2 flexors I really pay attention to. That's one of them. And then let's go with the let me move this over here. We'll go with the inside, get a better look at the flexors. I usually do a circle for the pivoting joints, like the knees and elbows areas. And then I guess I would do that for the hand. There'd be like the palm, maybe the thumb, and fingers, I suppose. Alright, so again, erase so you can faintly see the lines. And then we'll go into the anatomy. This would be the delt. This would be the pec. Maybe the person's lats. Okay, so here's the bottom of the tricep. And let's see, this bone right here would stick out a bit right there. And you'd be able to see a little bit of the elbow right there. So anyway, there's a couple of those bones. There's the bicep, tricep, and then now this brachialis, it goes through to that side, and here it is right here. If you look on like athletes or bodybuilders, you could see a little muscle stick out right there. Alright, here's the, oh, I think I drew that hand a little too close. I always hear people say it's tough to draw when they have a phone in front of their face on videos, and it's funny because now I know what they're talking about. Alright. So this would be the brachioradialus right here, kind of sticking over. And here are the flexors. I mean, you could group them up. Like I see a lot of comic book artists group them up and they just kind of indicate these lines of where it is. But if you wanted to break them apart, there's only two that I really pay attention to right here. It's this one, the flexor carpi radialis, and then the palmaris. And then there's like a few others that kind of are in there, but I don't pay attention to them. Like I said, the palmaris, and then the palmaris longus, and then the flexor carpi radialis. Feels weird saying all that stuff. Alright, and then these are the tendons for it. They connect these muscles to the, I don't know, whatever bones are right there for the hand. And so if you were just drawing the arm, there we go. Let's go do this one real quick. I won't erase because I think I drew light enough. But yeah, if I were just drawing like a unflexed hand on a regular person, it would be kind of like this. I would draw a little bit of the, well, this line always goes right into the pec. That's really noticeable, and then I would, you know, throw the shadow right there. Do indication, a little bit of the delt right there. Show the bottom of this pectoral. When it extends out, it kind of forms a more seeable line. There's that brachialis, and then right here, I would just throw like some shadow, I guess. Yeah. And then here's the flexors. I would just kind of bunch them up. Here's the tendons on the hand, and then the flexors, I would just kind of bunch them up like that. Maybe do some hatching for it. But yeah, that's pretty much how this would look. I wouldn't go that crazy. Sometimes I wouldn't even do that much of a shadow right there. I'd just do like a little hatching. Anyway, a lighting video would be, I mean, lighting would be another video, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Okay, let's do a foreshortened hand. Okay, I'll start out with the shoulders, and then this will be the wrist right here. It's coming at you, so the wrist gets bigger. And then I kind of connect from the shoulders to the wrist. That's how I do it anyway. I draw like another circle, and I always draw through things if I'm figuring it out. Helps me to construct all this stuff. And then, okay, so got the shoulders, mid-arm, and then here's like the forearm area. And then here would be like the elbow and wrist bone. And I'll draw the hand so you kind of see where I'm going with this. I'll draw the hand being downward. I draw circles for knuckles so I know where they're at. Alright, then I'll go ahead and lightly erase that. Okay, then go in a little, press harder if you want. You don't have to. You just draw over something a lot to where it gets like a thicker line, and that'll help too. And then, like right here, the ulna bone kind of sticks out and makes some shadow. Sometimes it does here too, but I don't notice it all the time. When I look at my own arm, anyway. I guess it depends on how the lighting is hitting you, your arm. And like drawing these things over and over, that helps. If you were to look at other people's videos and copy them, I think that would help out a lot. Here's the brachioradialus muscle that always sticks out. I think I separated this from that a little too much. Separated the elbow from the brachioradialus area a little too much. Let's see, it would be about right here, I think. Okay, yeah, so I would suggest, like practicing, like if you don't really get into my videos to practice, then I would suggest, and you want still want to learn about arms, I'd suggest looking at other people's videos. I mean, there's a ton of them on YouTube. Or this would be their bite and peck, and their back just in there, be sticking their arm out. Or get an anatomy book that you like or makes sense to you, and just draw those pictures over and over again until you feel comfortable drawing arms, and however comfortable you want to feel comfortable drawing arms. I think it'd be, for me, I'd like to know how to draw arms in any angle, any angle that I can. And let's see, everyone gets frustrated no matter what level you're at, so don't let that discourage you. Don't just say like I can't get it, because everyone gets frustrated, and it sounds a little cheesy, but I think that frustration is actually a good sign of that you're learning something. So just think of it like that, I guess. And if sometimes you're not getting an arm like this arm, this isn't anatomically correct, but I got it to where I think it does. It looks okay. I mean, I could redraw it a few times, but like if things are giving you trouble like that, and it doesn't look how you want it to look, it doesn't look as good as you want it to look, then don't worry about having to redraw it over and over, or get photo reference, or look at a video and pause the video, because that's just how you learn. I mean, whatever you gotta do to learn it. And then if you were drawing like a girl's arm, or someone who's not as muscular, you would just kind of like make the muscles same muscles, but you would just not emphasize on the muscles too much. You'd make them a little bit longer and more lithe, like that, and then add a little bit more detail to it. Maybe the shoulder. Here's the tricep. The tricep always juts out on everybody. More noticeable on some people, like bigger arms, more muscular arms than other people. And here's a brachioradialus muscle. There's their wrist and yeah, their hand. Alright. The oops. This would be their stomach. Back would be a little bit straighter. Whatever, this is more of an arms video. The deltoids kind of stick out right there for everybody, and then right here it kind of catches a little bit of shadow. Depends on if the light's coming this way. If it's coming from this way, I guess the shadow would be more caught like right here. And here'd be like the brachialis would get a little caught, and then right here, because it contours this way, would catch some light. Right here would probably catch a little light for the ulna. And right here as well. And there's like little indents sometimes here between the, because the two extensor muscles. So there'd be like a little bit of a indent right there. So you can shadow that if you'd like as well. I would hatch it like that. Nothing too fancy. And that would be like an arm, how I would draw an arm for a girl. I guess that still looks a little buff, but that's how I draw. And then also for like forearms like this, like you'll notice in like in comic books especially, like you'll see like a lot of lines right here for the forearms, and they may be anatomically correct, and they're just like throwing like a lot of lines and for the striations whenever someone flexes in their muscle, and they also may just be, kind of faking it. And as long as they do it consistently, I don't think anybody really cares too much. So yeah, these would be the inside, the arm. And like I said, I really only pay attention to these two for the extensors. There's like a third one here and some little ones, but you don't have to know that. I guess you can if you want to. Sometimes it looks cool if you got it like just someone's flexing just crazy and have veins all over. I guess I could do like veins and extra built up dudes or girls in a different video if you want. Otherwise, let's see, how else would I don't know where I'm thinking of going with this, but yeah, how I do quick arms if I'm just practicing, or if I'm on the phone, I'm just thinking to myself. That's the quick breakdown I do, and then like I said, a little trapezoid for the hand, and then I guess if this arm was raised up for a person, like let's say he's looking at you, and his arm was like this, and he had his fist right here, kind of looking at you, and you raise that arm up, and the camera view would be from this angle. I guess I would break this down, and there's the mid arm, and then here's the forearm area. Here would be the hand. And then I drew light enough I won't have to erase it. But, okay, so let's draw the deltoids. Here's the trap. Here's the elbow. Brachioradialus. I'm getting to the bottom of my paper, so it's kind of hard to hang on to this paper without my hand falling off. Alright, so and then down here would be the flexor muscles, or one of them anyway, at least. Then I guess he could kind of be in a fist. Right there, so yeah, that would be looking at this arm if it was up here. And the fist would be right there. And if you were looking at it from this angle, that's that arm. So, I mean, I don't know, after a while of drawing these like over and over and over, you kind of, I don't know, it almost seems relaxing to draw these things. Oops, his chest would be more down there. Alright. Yeah, so I guess the whole adage, practice, practice, practice. Alright, I hope this video helped.